Morgen, Sportsfreunde. Good morning, my friends. It's Tetzel for the demigod forge, the Halbgottschmiede. And we finally cover a theme, a topic that lots of you asked me to discuss, and we start with a little theory craft, as you've probably read by now. In the topic of the video, it's about strength. How to get strong. This is the first part of a series. I don't know how long it will run. I have no clue. Let's see where it gets us, and yeah, just let's start at the very bottom. So this is basically a beginner's guide. So if you're already capable of, like, whatever, lifting 250 kilograms, squatting 300 and benching 200, I don't care, you obviously know how to get strong. So this is for guys starting out, for someone who is maybe kind of in the middle, bodybuilding, powerlifting, strongman, or is competing even in one of the sports, like strongman, and maybe lacks some of the foundations. So let's talk about those foundations. This is obviously my approach, so this is by no means complete or perfect for everyone, but maybe it can help you out to achieve some of your strength goals if you have any. So how to get strong, where do I start? So first of all, if you're a beginner, put on some muscle mass. And this might be obvious, but I see young people starting out and they want to be powerlifters. Of course, everybody wants to be a powerlifter because that's cool, it's great to lift heavy as weight. And seriously, you might get good in the basic lifts, so basically in deadlifting and maybe even in squatting. But if you lack the muscle mass, you will always have problem with your presses. This is at least my experience. So I know people that are very, very light, 70 kilos, something like that, and they have basically no visible muscle mass, so they look rather, I don't want to say skinny, of course they look like athletes, but on the small side, you know? And they can lift ridiculous amounts of weight, sometimes far beyond 200 kilograms, but they usually lack in any kind of press, so overhead press and bench press. And I think to get like a well-rounded strength, like your whole body obviously should be on par strength-wise, I think you really need to build some muscle mass. So how do you start that? First of all, compound movements. Not necessarily always the basic exercises, so not like always deadlift, bench press and of course the squat, but movements that kind of imitate those. So first of all, you should go into a gym, proper basic gym membership is something like 10 to 20 euros nowadays, so get yourself a gym membership. At least that's what I recommend. Calisthenics is a whole different topic, guys, okay? So, and do compound movements. You can use machines, you can use whatever, bench press machine, you can of course use some kind of machine for overhead pressing, you can use a leg press. What this will do for you is developing strength in a lot of muscle groups throughout a chain, like a muscle chain, you know? So you're using more than one isolated joint, which is very important to build up basic strength, coordination and muscles for your basic compound movements you're gonna perform very heavy later on. So of course you're gonna use whatever, a bench press machine, you're gonna use your shoulder, you're gonna use your elbows, you're gonna use your wrists, of course, and you're gonna use your scapula, so your shoulder blades, everything. And this is basically the same movement with a little bit less coordination in the room than you will use in your free weights. So first of all, build some basic muscle. How do you do that? Go into a gym, do compound exercises, compound movements, at least on machines. If you're able and capable of doing it on free weights, we are talking very, very beginner level here, you guys. Then it's even better, and of course eat at a calorie surplus, overload. The very basic thing. Do a very basic schedule like something like whole body plan, split it in 2 muscle groups like lower body, upper body, something like that. And of course, always try to get to a point where you can do those free weight exercises. So squat without any added weight. Try to do pull-ups. This is a very important thing too. And of course, like try to get a feel for the movements you're gonna perform later on. So you don't want to do them very heavy at the start, but you of course want to train your coordination. So get some basic muscle and then also try to work into those compound movements, free weight exercises. If you got a good trainer, of course you can always start with free weight exercises, but this is a thing mostly, not all of the trainers are going to tell you, but it's very true. No matter how good your trainer is, you're probably not going to perform very well, like form-wise, in those complex compound movements from the start. And this is just something that has to develop, and it takes a while. So this is a second very, very big thing. Don't overdo it. I know everybody says that, and it's very, very hard. What is overdoing it? So don't rush yourself. You will have immense strength gains in the first couple of months, maybe in the first 2 years of your workouts. So don't be afraid to take one small step at a time. So when you first start out, it's really no problem to increase the weight you can use by 100% in the first year. That's very much normal because of the coordination, because of the strength gain, and not just because of the muscle gain. But after that, if you don't gain any muscle mass and you just increase your coordination can only go to a certain point, and then your technique is very good. It will come to that point like maybe in 2 years, and of course you can always make small adjustments, get it better. But if you don't develop muscle mass, you will not be like at the top of your game, you know? Look at the top powerlifters in the world, look at the Dan Greens, look at the Benny Magnussons, look at the Eddie Halls, and who else, the Zahirs. Those guys are, on top of being strength athletes, very, very muscular. I'm not talking pro bodybuilder muscular, but I'm talking of the muscularity they obviously possess. So start building some muscle and then start going heavy in the basic lifts, in the deadlifts, bench presses, and obviously squats. So this is a little theory craft for the very, very basic of developing strength basis. So if you struggle with that, feel free to add comments into the comment section. We will go on with the more practical part, and yeah, as I said, this is going to be a series, so let's talk about gaining strength, my friends, and getting strong as fuck. And I'll see you on the next video. Yours, thanks for your subscription, thumbs up, whatever. Yours, Tetzel. Dragonslayer mode.
My protein. Fuel your ambition.